textiles. India is the largest producer of raw jute. And jute goods. And stands at second place as an exporter after Bangladesh. There are about 70 jute mills in India. Most of these are located in West Bengal, mainly along the banks of the Hooghly River in a narrow belt that is 98 kilometers long and 3 kilometers wide. Factors responsible for their location in the Hooghly Basin are proximity of the jute producing areas, inexpensive water transport, supported by a good network of railways, roadways, and waterways to facilitate the movement of raw materials to the mills, abundant water for processing raw jute, cheap labor from West Bengal and adjoining states of Bihar, Orissa, and Uttar Pradesh. Kolkata, as a large urban center, provides banking, insurance, and port facilities for export of jute goods. The jute industry supports 2.61 lakh workers directly and another 40 lakh small and marginal farmers who are engaged in cultivation of jute and mesta. Many more people are associated indirectly. Challenges faced by the jute industry. Challenges faced by the industry include stiff competition in the international market from synthetic substitutes and from other competitors like Bangladesh, Brazil, Philippines, Egypt, and Thailand. However, the internal demand has been on the increase due to the government policy of mandatory use of jute packaging. To stimulate demand, the products need to be diversified. In 2005, National Jute Policy was formulated with the objective of increasing productivity, improving quality, ensuring good prices to the jute farmers, and enhancing the yield per hectare. The main markets are USA, Canada, Russia, United Arab Republic, UK, and Australia. The growing global concern for environment-friendly, biodegradable materials has once again opened the opportunity for jute products. Sugar industry. India stands second as the world producer of sugar. But occupies the first place in production of gur and khansari. The raw material used in this industry is bulky, and in haulage, its sucrose content reduces. Where should the mills be ideally located? There are over 460 sugar mills in the country, spread over Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Gujarat, along with Punjab, Haryana, and Madhya Pradesh. % mills are in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. This industry is seasonal in nature, so it is ideally suited to the cooperative sector. Can you explain why this is so? In recent years, there is a tendency for the mills to shift and concentrate in the southern and western states, especially in Maharashtra. This is because the cane produced here has a higher sucrose content. The cooler climate also ensures a longer crushing season. Moreover, the cooperatives are more successful in these states. Major challenges include the seasonal nature of the industry, old and inefficient methods of production, transport delay in reaching cane to factories, and the need to maximize the use of baggage. Importance of manufacturing. Manufacturing sector is considered the backbone of development in general and economic development in particular, mainly because manufacturing industries not only help in modernizing agriculture, which forms the backbone of our economy, they also reduce the heavy dependence of people on agricultural income by providing them jobs in secondary and tertiary sectors. Industrial development is a precondition for eradication of unemployment and poverty from our country. This was the main philosophy behind the public sector industries and joint sector ventures in India. It was also aimed at bringing down regional disparities by establishing industries in tribal and backward areas. The export of manufactured goods expands trade and commerce and brings in much needed foreign exchange. Countries that transform their raw materials into a wide variety of furnished goods of higher value are prosperous. India's prosperity lies in increasing and diversifying its manufacturing industries as quickly as possible. Agriculture and industry are not exclusive of each other. They move hand in hand. For instance, the agro-industries in India have given a major boost to agriculture by raising its productivity. They depend on the latter for raw materials and sell their products. Such as irrigation pumps, fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides, plastic and PVC pipes, machines and tools, etc. to the farmers. Thus, development and competitiveness of manufacturing industry has not only assisted agriculturists in increasing their production, but also made the production processes very efficient. In the present-day world of globalization, our industry needs to be more efficient and competitive. Self-sufficiency alone is not enough. Our manufactured goods must be at par in quality with those in the international market. Only then will we be able to compete in the international market. Cotton textiles. Part 1. In ancient India, cotton textiles were produced with hand spinning and handloom weaving techniques. After the 18th century, power looms came into use. Our traditional industries suffered a setback during the colonial period because they could not compete with the mill-made cloth from England. Today, there are nearly 1,600 cotton and human-made fiber textile mills in the country. About 80% of these are in the private sector and the rest in the public and cooperative sectors. Apart from these, there are several thousand small factories with 4 to 10 looms. In the early years, the cotton textile industry was concentrated in the cotton growing belt of Maharashtra and Gujarat. Availability of raw cotton. Market. Transport, including accessible port facilities. Labor, moist climate, etc., contributed towards its localization. This industry has close links with agriculture and provides a living to farmers. Cotton boll pluckers and workers engaged in ginning, spinning, weaving, dyeing, designing, packaging, tailoring and sewing. The industry, by creating demands, supports many other industries such as chemicals and dyes, milk stores, packaging materials, and engineering works. While spinning continues to be centralized in Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Tamil Nadu, weaving is highly decentralized to provide scope for incorporating traditional skills and designs of weaving in cotton, silk, zari, embroidery, etc. India has a world-class production in spinning, but weaving supplies low quality of fabric, as it cannot use much of the high-quality yarn produced in the country. Weaving is done by hand loom, power loom, and in mills. The hand-spun khadi provides large-scale employment to weavers in their homes as a cottage industry. Cotton textiles. Part 2. Why is it important for our country to keep the mill sector loomage lower than power loom and hand loom? India exports yarn to Japan. Other importers of cotton goods from India are USA, UK, Russia, France, East European countries, Nepal, Singapore, Sri Lanka, and African countries. India has the second largest installed capacity of spindles in the world, next to China at around 34 million. 2003-2004. Since the mid-80s, the spinning sector has received a lot of attention. We have a large share in the world trade of cotton yarn, accounting for 1/4 of the total trade. However, Our trade in garments is only 4% of the world's total. Our spinning mills are competitive at the global level and capable of using all the fibers we produce. The weaving, knitting, and processing units cannot use much of the high-quality yarn that is produced in the country. There are some large and modern factories in these segments, but most of the production is in the fragmented small units which cater to the local market. This mismatch is a major drawback for the industry. As a result, many of our spinners export cotton yarn, while apparel or garment manufacturers have to import fabric. Why is it important for us to improve our weaving sector instead of exporting yarn in large quantities? Although we have made significant increase in the production of good quality long staple cotton, that is 9,232 lakh bales in 2004-2005, the need to import is still felt. Power supply is erratic. And machinery needs to be upgraded in the weaving and processing sectors in particular. Other problems are the low output of labor, and stiff competition with the synthetic fiber industry.